ladies. I didn't see you there. Would you guys like to set sail on this ocean of flavor with me? I'll be your captain. I'm Steve Harrington.
And I'm Collin.
And I'm Doug.
And I'm Whitney, and this is Scoops Ahoy, a Stranger Things podcast where we go week by week, chapter by chapter, taking a look at every single episode of Stranger Things. This week we are at Chapter 6, Escape from Camazotz, and Collin is here with your recap.
Chapter 6 of Stranger Things 5, Escape from Camazotz, debuted on Netflix on December 25th, 2025. It was written by Kate Treefry and directed by Sean Levy, and has a runtime of 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's still Thursday, November 5th, 1987, and Nancy has just shot her shot at the great ball of exotic matter in the sky. She and Jonathan get knocked on their asses, and the world starts to melt as Dustin tells Steve the upside down is a wormhole. In the right side up, Erica and Murray wake up Scott Snookums Clark from his canoodling with Marissa to get him on board with building a telemetry tracker. The world wakes up to Friday, November 6th, notable day, and Holly is on a mission to find a way out of Henry's memory, so she sets off into the desert, armed only with her trusty Captain Midnight spy scope and stories about her detectorist uncle. Elle dives to rescue Will from Vecna's grasp, but she's too late. Vecna has hijacked him and has finally found Max in the ultra-secret, undisclosed location of the only hospital for miles in any direction. At said hospital, Vicky is convinced Robin is a junkie, so Robin is trying to tell her the truth about dark wizards and monsters and stolen children. A couple of soldiers arrive looking to arrest Robin for stealing hospital drugs, but fortunately some ravenous demo dogs were in the neighborhood searching for Max, and they help sort things out. Lucas grabs Max and heads to the basement, meeting Robin and Vicky, and they all hide out there. Meanwhile, Nancy and Jonathan find themselves trapped in a melty goo room where they get unengaged, or Jonathan unproposes, or they just chat about all of the other person's worst traits. Back in the desert, Holly trips into a mine shaft, and she and Max see an early Henry memory from when he brutally murdered a paranoid scientist who'd shot him. I'll take trauma for 600, please, Alex. Eventually, the young ladies make it out of the mine and into the red world where Max sees her exit. 5 minutes of coffee and contemplation later, she starts to make her way toward it, telling Holly to go her own way and that they'll rescue her soon. The end of Chapter 6.
Why did Max take so long? It really made me scream.
It really did. I actually timed it. It was something like, 4 minutes and 52 seconds.
Like, girl, you know the song. You know how long that song is. You know.
Yeah.
She didn't need the song, though. Right?
What do you mean? No, she didn't need the song. No.
Didn't even realize she didn't need the song. Okay, was good.
But, I mean, and then you sit there and you remember the last time she did it and she was running and the tape ran out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's what Doug's saying. That she didn't need the song.
I know, but just go.
Why risk it?
Just go. But, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was long.
Yeah.
Let's get right into the max of it all before we get into the nitty gritties, right?
Sure.
I do have to say, we'll get the negative Nancy stuff out of the way. This Escape from Camazotz was the most disappointing part of the season for me. I was just like, we just climbed through a hole and we strolled away.
Yeah.
It didn't seem dramatic.
True, because they're just kind of walking and then they're talking. And then when they start leaving, they're still walking. And then eventually they start jogging and then they kind of start running.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, you know, again, in the moment, I'm just watching it and I'm like, okay, great. This is lovely. But then I just rewatch it. And I'm sitting there. I mean, this is a conversation that Max and Holly could have had anywhere along the way, sitting in the cave.
Yeah.
You know, when the time comes, we're probably going to see a thing and I'm going to have to run toward it, but it won't be your thing. You're going to have to find your own thing. So let's talk a little bit about, Holly the Heroic. We'll get this all out of the way. So when we do see the thing, we can just book it. We can just go, you know, let's just get this conversation out of the way now, you know, but
yeah, I felt like she could have prepared her a little bit more.
Yeah.
And also, why did they have to get so close to Max's? And then she was like, by the way, yours is way over there.
Yeah. You can go your own way.
Yeah. I was not. We were all screaming at her for taking such a long time.
But again, I mean, that's again what the show does. I mean, they just, it's Will and the Goosies. It's the same thing. You know, it just takes forever.
And again, and like I said to somebody else, and then maybe I said it on the podcast last week, I don't know. It's like a sibling to me. I can pick on it and I can make fun of it, but I don't want anybody else to say anything bad about it.
Right.
Okay?
Well, we are the authority.
Like I'm like,
Such a-
I'm allowed to, but I don't want to hear anybody else say anything bad about my show.
Right? Because we're just offering constructive criticism. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the drama of the whole, escaping Camazotz was limited to Lucas with Max in the hospital, really, which I like that part.
Yeah,
but
me too.
it seemed as if their journey through the desert into the mine, and that was all just a device to stumble upon Henry's memory.
Right.
I mean, it made sense, right? That's how you get out through his memory. Like, that was all clever. I like that. But, that could have been, I mean, to me, that could have been a whole secondary huge climax between the finale and the Max Z.
Mhm.
And instead it was fine. But man, I could have been on edge with,
I mean,
Max squeezing through a hole with dramatic music. I was just like, well, just get through the hole already.
yeah, right. Well, I mean, we also had to go through all of Holly's
Nothing's chasing
memories,
you.
right? So we traipsed all through Holly's memories. So nightmare down in the basement, and then into the library, and then, on the playground,
was
and
the
then through the
point?
door.
How
and
did
then
they
Max,
ended up
and then
having
they
to
ran.
go through?
That part was cool. I liked that part. Like trying to get through the maze of the memories.
And it didn't bother you all that the center of the turning wheel of the carousel was gray when it was yellow before, and that Vecna had done it?
Well, that's the
Well,
whole
no, that's
point.
like the door.
Yeah, that's how they knew.
Inconsistencies. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when they were in the basement and they saw the bookshelf. They knew that was the next step to get out. Because it was gray, it was different, so that must be the way out.
But it didn't matter that the turny thing that Robin turned, the gauge.
Yeah.
That it was red and then it was gray.
No.
It was red when they first touched it, and then it was gray when Robin turned it. Didn't bother you?
No.
Okay.
I honestly didn't even notice it the
Just
first
checking.
3 times I watched it. Yeah.
The meter? The voltmeter or whatever you want to say?
Voltmeter
It
thing.
changed colors?
The little arrow changed colors, yeah. I mean,
that's weird, right?
It didn't in real time change color. It was red and
no. The first time she saw it, it was red, and then when they go back to see it, it was gray.
Well, it must mean something.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
But yes,
you couldn't resist.
I know.
I just wanted to point it out.
Okay.
But yes, I mean, I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, the frustration at them just standing there. And I literally timed it. It was 4 minutes and 52 seconds from the minute they see the red world. Well, no, not even that. From the minute they see Max's exit until Max starts walking towards it is 4 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah, girl. No, we don't have that kind of time.
I'm like, what are you doing? But
have you seen people complaining about how they didn't think it looked as good as season 4, like because of the lighting? Have you seen that?
No.
People are saying like because
in the red world specifically?
Yeah, specifically that scene, because when she did it originally to running up that hill, in Dear Billy.
Yeah, it
was kind of darker.
To it.
And this she was wearing like she looked bright and cheerful.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So it was almost like the lighting was blown out. Like versus the old one. So people were complaining, but it didn't bother me. I just thought it was a different way to
I mean, and Levy
people
directed
were like,
both.
It looks cheap.
Because I mean, that was Dear Billy and this was, and Levy directed both episodes. So, I mean, there isn't really a director continuity issue. I mean, it could have been anything, but I mean, it was the same director doing both of them. So yeah, I don't know.
This whole episode is just wild to me. Like,
was this your favorite one?
No, it's probably my least favorite one.
Okay.
But it has some of my favorite parts. Like it's I can't reconcile it in my mind. Like all the bits, I'm just like, well, that was great. That was great. And then I'm like, oh, what? This is.
I like this one better than
the bridge.
Than Shock Jock.
Oh, really? I like Shock Jock. Interesting.
Well, I mean, the way I gauge it is I wanted to sit down and watch Shock Jock one last time. I think we said this in the last episode. I was, I'm like, ugh, I just don't have the energy to, sit and watch Shock Jock again. Whatever. This one I didn't mind, watching it again. So, yeah, I mean that's just kind of all I go by. But yeah, there were a lot of cool things in this, and I know I keep bringing up I can't remember if it's Netflix does one, Stranger Things does the other. One is the inside the episode, and one is the Stranger Scenes. And I think it was the inside the episode one. They were talking about how the Duffers wanted Sean to direct this episode, and then Sean read the script, and he's like, "Holy shit, what do I have to?" I mean, good lord, all the stuff that he has to direct in this episode. I mean, you got the whole thing with the laundromat, you got the whole thing with, running through the red world, you got the whole thing underground with, little baby Henry, you got the freaking Twister action going on, then you got the whole wide reveal of the thing, you got the the melting walls. I mean, good lord, the amount of stuff.
So, wait, have we got to the melting walls yet? We haven't. We
haven't done anything yet, really.
No, we just
we've talked about Max.
Oh, we just got into Max.
Yep.
Well,
we'll get to the walls.
We'll get to the walls, yeah.
Looks like we're doing the walls first.
Let's go.
We did Max first. We can do the walls first. I don't care.
So how I was like gooey and gross,
Yeah.
and they were sinking through it,
Mhm.
and then it just stopped. Was that because the matter stabilized?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What stabilized it?
Do
we know?
It's theoretical physics.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
genuinely
it's,
just asking. I don't know.
I was going on the, object in motion tends to stay in motion unless an outside force is acted upon. So, I mean, time, gravity, heat, cold, whatever, something. There was no reason for it to keep going. So,
I thought it was.
it regulated itself and came back to whatever neutral state or whatever. I don't know.
I wasn't a fan of. I thought all that stuff was cool. I was not a fan of Jonathan and Nancy's breakup.
Oh, why not? Let's get right into it. Let's go.
First of all, if my boyfriend told me that he gave away one of my sweaters just because he didn't like the color and it was my favorite sweater,
Yeah.
I would have shoved him right down in the goo.
Or
I would have been like, you just go on down.
Or you threw away how much worth of weed? I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Even if you don't
purple
like weed.
palm tree delight, man.
I mean, good lord, sitting there throwing away a dude's bag of weed. I mean, good lord.
It was just a really weird, and I do agree it was a weird breakup.
Yeah.
Why?
Because when you break up with someone, when are you ever like, I love you, and then they still hug, and then you're done? That's weird to me.
When you have immense amounts of shared trauma and you realizing that you're only in the relationship because you're afraid to move along from it and you're both sharing the same stuff and you have no ill will against them. I thought it was beautiful.
Okay. Well,
I thought it was a nice moment. I was actually, it took me a second, when he said, will you accept my proposal or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait,
that my
They accept my unproposal.
Yeah. And I also thought it was kind of odd that, he just, that he handed her the tape case and that she had the wherewithal to open it and then to pull back the flap and look at, it was just kind of random, that
I didn't like how they just left the ring there all willy-nilly. Like, are we rolling in the dough, Jonathan? What's going
Well,
on?
I'm sure we couldn't have been that expensive.
It's true. It was more
Plus,
band.
they thought they were about to die still.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Why would you need it?
yeah.
I liked the whole scene a lot. I thought it was.
I liked it a lot. And I couldn't, I actually kind of, I think it actually kind of added to the scene for me, the Charlie and Nat dynamic of it, that they're a couple in real life. So I think, I mean, usually that kind of thing is distracting for me if like a couple's in a scene together or they're breaking up or they're, fighting or, getting together, whatever. It just kind of pulls it out of me a little bit or pulls it out, for me, I guess a little bit, but I just think it made it sweeter that, it was the two of them and that they've been together for just so long and, by all accounts are,
Yeah, when's he gonna propose?
really sweet. Yeah. Right.
Oh,
They've been together for a long time.
this is right. I laughed very hard when the exchange opened and she said the first line, "I hate the Clash."
Yeah.
I laughed very hard.
That was funny. I did put a note in here. I think it was in the little things or something. And this is just pedantic me being a jackass, who's, with a therapist because the whole disassociate, how she dissociate. It's dissociate. It's not disassociate. I actually made that mistake once when I was talking to Nancy.
It's not disassociate?
No, it's dissociate. There's no. It's dissociate. Dissociate. It's all. There's no. It's not
Interesting.
dissociate. So
Is there not a word that's disassociate?
there is no such word as disassociate. No, it's dissociate. But that's just pedantic me.
Anyways.
Yep.
The more you know.
I know. Da, 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 da. Yeah. But yeah, I did. I really thought that scene was sweet, and I thought they really did a good job in it. And then it was kind of funny on like the third rewatch or whatever. I flashed back to the trailer when we saw this moment, and we were convinced that Steve had died and that they were comforting each other, or something had happened and they were comforting each other. When we saw that bit in the trailer of the two of them in the blue room.
Oh yeah.
That kind of thing. So it was kind of funny.
It's
amusing now to like go back and see
Yeah,
all the trailer
it
clips
is.
that we thought were something, and now we're something obviously completely different. So
We had some scoopers predicting that was the breakup. I remember.
true, we did.
Did we?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
definitely.
I've never been invested in their relationship, so I was like,
Well,
I also thought it was
Go ahead.
sweet. I liked the bit where she threw in the stuff about Steve.
That was pretty.
I thought that was really nice too, how they did that.
yeah, like I never thought she was. They really did push Nancy hard in season 4, but I never thought she was actually going to get back together.
No.
No, that was one of those things I would have liked because I thought it was a cute couple and it would have tied up a nice little bow on it and everything and whatever. But yeah, I'm perfectly good. How it wrapped up, and I thought that was a great scene, and I thought they did a really good job with it. So absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep skipping around, or do you want to just like go back to the beginning now?
Why don't we start fresh?
Okay. So we start with, and I thought this was great. Obviously, it's the aftermath of Nancy shooting the shotgun. Jonathan says, "Maybe you missed," and the look on Nancy's face is
That was
absolutely
good.
priceless. It's like, what do you mean I missed? There's no, you've seen me shoot a gun. I did not miss, obviously. Which I thought was really, really funny.
It was
But
wonderful.
then we get the,
Yeah.
I keep calling it the mushroom cloud, but that whole thing, which I thought was just amazing visual effects. And again, this was like,
Have I told you my favorite theory
yeah, go
that
ahead.
I saw online? And it's about it was before we knew what had happened. But my favorite theory was when someone saw that in the trailer and they said that they thought maybe that was when Mike and Will kissed for the first time.
That's hilarious.
Oh.
Come on now.
Hey,
But no, I was just thinking back to like, I actually went back and watched a little bit of the first episode, and just the contrast in the effects and the vibe.
Sure.
It's just so funny that it started this little rinky dink mom and pop TV show with a guy in a monster outfit and some weird lights flickering in the background, and all of a sudden we get this
Yeah.
lightning storm and this friggin' wormhole and BMWs flying through outer space. And it's just like, what is going on with this show? But
Yeah.
oh yeah, we do need to say a little RIP to the Beamer.
Oh yeah.
Poor Beamer floating around in, I don't know, in the exotic matter or wherever it is in some.
Why did I
Yeah.
think it was going to lead to a black hole?
Well, it's kind of the same-ish.
Yeah,
vibe.
they're all kind of in the same family.
Yeah.
They're cousins, like wormholes and
Yeah.
black holes and all that.
So
kind
I
of
thought
stuff.
it was going to like combust or something.
Like collapse on itself
Mhm.
or whatever. Well, I mean, that's
Well-
what Steve was asking too, is, what
Yeah.
if the bridge collapses, then we're all dead essentially, which is,
What did we like it? I thought it was great.
I loved
The
it.
reveal.
I thought it was phenomenal.
I thought
what,
it was very
what
clever.
do you mean? What did I like? What?
That the fact that it was a bridge, a wormhole, and
The whole
it's not
wormhole
just
concept.
some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I
I
wasn't
thought it
like
was super cool. Didn't answer our helicopter problem.
True.
It
Exactly.
was like, okay.
That's why there's no helicopters. Yeah.
Yeah.
why?
No, I thought, and again,
Remember
this
we were
is
talking about how high is this wall? Why don't they fly over the wall?
right. That would
Like
be
the
why
wall does not end.
the wall ends way up there.
I thought it was super cool once you got the whole visual of it.
Yeah.
The down goes up to the ground of the opposing.
Why? Yeah. So why couldn't a
Abyss, and it
helicopter
was-
fly in there?
They
No,
couldn't get over the wall.
couldn't
It
go
was solid.
over the
The
wall.
whole wormhole was solid all
The
the way up
tube.
to all the way up to Dimension X or the pain tree or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
But like it could fly around the upside down, like if it needed
No,
to,
yeah.
Yeah, it
We
could.
right?
We were
Okay.
saying
There's
why
helicopters.
couldn't they just fly over the wall? You know, they have
Oh, oh,
helicopters.
oh, oh, oh. I
earlier in
see.
the season.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
couple
Yeah.
episodes ago. In the when they had the when he peed on the wall, that scene. You know, why couldn't they just take a helicopter over? But yeah.
Hmm.
Um then
Yeah,
we get
so
go ahead.
I was really I would this is I have to bring this up. The magic gate that just appeared to save them. I mean, this was the worst of the worst of the Deus Ex Machina here. Oh, look, a gate.
Which
Perfect.
gate? Which one are you talking about?
The one that Hopper and L and H sneak out of. Like a gate
Oh,
just opens.
right.
Where was it? I don't even remember where it was.
The beamer gets sucked through.
Yeah.
All the air shooting out into space. And what are we gonna do? Oh, a gate just opened in the ground.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
We're just gonna take this. We're gonna get out of the suck zone. And yeah.
It was still cool, but I was just
It
like,
was cool,
that,
but yeah.
that was convenient.
No, but I mean, going back to what we are just saying, this is the thing. Like, if I could ever get the Duffers alone in a room, I would ask them, you know, how much of this they knew from the beginning, because I guarantee you the whole wormhole idea. I don't know when it came, but it was not before they started writing season 1, episode 1. I mean,
I thought Mr. Clark talked about wormholes in season 1.
he did, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm skeptical. Hippo is skeptical. I don't know. It's just it's one of these things where,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if it was retconned, great. It's retconned and it fit and great. You know, there's no like gaping plot holes that I'm aware of, you know, just thinking about it. But
Yeah, whether
I'm
they
just
knew
curious.
that before season 1. I think they knew that right after season 1, if they didn't know it before.
I think that's what happened. Yeah. I think they finished
Yeah.
season 1 and they're like, okay, let's plot the next couple of seasons broadly, like broad
Yeah.
stroke kind of stuff. So
What is the upside down?
yeah, that kind of thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, so meanwhile in Hawkins, Erica and Murray show up on the Clark doorstep and interrupt his, you know, little coitus interruptus with Marissa, which I thought was just absolutely
Marissa gets around.
hilarious. It's just funny because we were talking about her last week because Mary looks so much like her, the with the
Yeah.
glasses, the little girl.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that
was fun.
Was kind of funny. And she doesn't get around. I mean, good Lord. I mean,
Just kidding.
well, who knows? I mean, it was before season 1 when she was with Hopper, and this is season 5.
I'm just saying, Hopper.
It was like a 5-year gap if there was nobody between Hopper and Scott. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying there's a lot of women in Hawkins, but we've seen her twice.
Marissa, you know,
I'm not shaming her.
popular. Yeah. So yeah, Sugarlump and Snookums, which was really kind
Yeah.
of cute.
So Mr. Clark joins the team. That was super cool. I thought we
I
weren't going
love
to get any
him.
more Mr. Clark.
Yeah, that's great. And obviously we see him much more in future episodes. So yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic. Then we get the November 6th title card. So we know that it's November 6th. The sun rises. We see the dead Demogorgon on the roof of the radio station. And,
Oh, is this the one where there's no date?
Yeah, well, it just says November 6th.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yep. And then Robin goes through her whole three albums analogy with, you know, the Kate Bush and the Tiffany and the Clash and that whole thing.
Mhm.
Why'd she pick the album that does not have Will's song on it? How did she even know Will's song?
The Clash. It was London Calling.
That's
Yeah.
not the album that.
Should I Stay or Should I Go isn't on that album, but
Oh.
it is the Clash. So
Yeah, that's right.
I got to assume that somewhere along the way, you know, in all the
They all
discussions of
talked about
music-
it and they were like, here's my emergency list of songs.
Yeah, right. You know, they probably did. I mean, I would imagine.
I think they just use that because it's the iconic look of the album. I mean, it's
it's
a
the
legendary album
Clash's-
cover.
the Clash's most
But-
famous album. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah. Yeah. Robin not being able to drive legally. I mean, it's never really come up before other than her.
Oh yeah, that
Why?
was like, is she on benzos? What?
Maybe.
That could be.
Yeah, I had to ask you guys that. I was like, what was that about? And then
Yeah, I know we'd
she
only
just
seen
doesn't
her.
have a license. I don't think.
We'd seen her on her bike going to get the
Yeah.
plans in season 3, the city hall plans for the mall.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was just kind of an
Yeah.
odd little, you know, why wouldn't you just say, yeah? Why would they make a point of it, including that in the script? Well, not legally. I mean, just other than to have like a funny line.
I liked it. Yeah, whatever.
Strange. And then why the heck are they driving up in a hearse? How did this?
Oh, that's because they go through the gate and they're at the chapel, which has a graveyard right next to it. So I think it's just assumed that when they got back to the right side up, there might have been a hearse there.
So instead of stealing the preacher's car, they just stole the hearse from the funeral.
Because it's
Maybe
cool.
the preacher's car wasn't there.
Yeah, that's right.
I just thought it was
hearse is
odd. I mean, they roll up in a hearse. I'm like, okay.
You're going to ask these questions, but you're scoffing at the questions I was asking earlier.
The off-air questions and the conspiracy theory questions. Yes, just so people aren't confused as to what we're talking about.
Just checking.
I thought it was a point of interest that they drove up in a hearse. That's all I'm saying.
That bothers you, but
It
not the
doesn't bother me.
changing.
It doesn't
Not the
bother me.
changing color on
This is
the
a
on
point
the
of
dial.
discussion.
It doesn't
No
bother
big
me.
deal.
I was just
Even though a changing color is hinted that Vecna's in charge. Before.
I just noted that they drove up in a
I'm
hearse.
just
I thought it was
making sure.
interesting. Just thought it was interesting. So meanwhile, Vicky is convinced that Robin smokes meth.
The scene was great.
That was
Yeah.
a leap, right?
It was so hilarious. It was just so good. Just like, I mean, because you sit there and this is again another one of these. It's kind of dramatic irony in reverse because we know that what Robin is saying is true, but it's just
it
kind of
does
funny
sound insane.
It does absolutely sound insane with the magic, the dark wizard and the stolen children and it's just it was really funny.
They were both very good in that scene.
I agree.
Very
I actually, that struck me when I was watching that scene that Amy Beth hasn't really had a whole lot to do this season, but she has the scenes that she's been in. They're really great. Yeah. So I thought that was really good.
Oh, Robin's got a big black eye too. I mean, she looks like a meth head. Then she's I loved how she's flopping on the bed.
Yeah.
I know. Excellent physical acting from Maya Hawke.
It was kind of funny because I was sitting there, I was looking at her black eye. I'm like, who hit her with the black eye? And then I just sat and realized that she was in a rather serious truck accident.
Oh yeah.
So, she's like, oh right, there was that whole thing when the truck she was in fell over when they were driving down the road. Let's see. Oh, the hallway scene with the Demogorgons, which was really kind of cool. I thought. I
loved this scene with
I really did too.
The Jurassic Park scene.
Yeah. Well, the one. I mean, they're in the hallway before. Not the Jurassic Park. The Jurassic Park's kind of down in the laundromat. But when the Demogorgons first get there and Vicky sees them and screams.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And they go after the soldiers.
Why did they go after the soldiers and not?
Well, they just happened to be in the middle of the hallway and were shooting guns at them.
But they ran right past Vicky.
Like I thought this exact thing. I was just like, why are they on a mission to attack the MPs?
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll run past everybody else to get to Max.
Yeah, and they like Vicky was seriously in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And they just ran right past her.
I just took it as they weren't interested in Vicky. They were interested in Max. They also weren't interested in the soldiers, but then the soldiers started shooting. So then they went after the soldiers after they were kind of by Vicky. But I don't know. I
ate the hell out of that guy's head.
It was. I actually kind of liked the callback to the old Demogorgon. Kind of the the violence and the kind of the splatter gore kind of gnarliness. I thought it was. I thought it was kind of a fun
this
little.
This season was very gory.
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah.
I like the callback too in the hall with the "Where do you think you're going?"
Which one?
That's what they say to Buckley when she stops. Where do you think you're going? That is said multiple times by any sort of uniformed officer.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
One of the characters.
Yeah.
They say that to Elle.
I didn't hear what you said at first.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah. Where do you at long last, Mother of God. Yeah, the lines that get said over and over again. It was kind of funny.
Yes,
Mother of God.
At long last, we can begin. It's like, Vecna, buddy, we're on 5 seasons now. Let's speed it along.
So back at the radio station, Elle is getting ready for her dive.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't get to the Demodogs in the laundromat yet.
We're not there yet. We're going
Oh,
now.
I thought you were doing it by location.
We're just kind of going in plot order. We're kind of in
Okay.
like the Hawkins milieu, I guess. I don't
All
know.
right, all right.
So Elle has her wetsuit on. Mike says something like, "You look good," or something, which was
He is so
like,
awkward.
okay,
Love
At
him.
this point, I'm starting to embrace it. I'm just like, yeah,
yeah,
you just
yeah, um, yeah. Then
I
we
like
get
your
the
wetsuit.
whole. You look good. Okay.
And man,
Well,
she's
thanks.
stuck in that wetsuit. Never mind.
No, she is though. Yeah,
Yeah, but I
it's
didn't want
not.
to spoil
It's not
anything.
horribly a spoiler, but yeah, she doesn't get out of the wetsuit anytime soon. Um, and then yeah, the revelation from Will when he was talking to Joyce about how he basically built the tunnels. Well, Vecna told him that he built the tunnels, and so
Mm-hmm.
What did they need the tunnels for? What did they ever need them for?
well, I
Uh,
mean,
we never know these things. Why
yeah,
did they? What were they trying to do when they were killing the rats?
I mean,
That was
in
making the
the
meat flare.
in the moment in time,
For what?
it got the demo dogs um
And
you
spreading
know
the evil.
to the lab, the whole scene where the demo dogs, go through through the tunnels and they're climbing up and they're out of I mean, it made a nifty little plot device so we could, be scared because demo dogs are flying all over the place. And then we had kind of the alien throwback and, the soldiers and that whole thing. So,
I'm glad you asked this because this is the perfect example. And I wasn't actually even going to get into this because when they said like I was building the tunnels, I was just like, oh yeah, the tunnels. So I wasn't all that into that reveal. I was just like, okay.
so they go,
Yeah, like
"Oh,
it wasn't like I
built
was
the
shocked
tunnels?"
by it
Yeah,
because I never knew what the tunnels were really for.
Right.
right.
Okay. So here's the thing that I was about to just say. Like, why all of a sudden are we all flipping out about having everything explained when for 4 seasons before they haven't explained shit plenty of
Because we've
times?
been waiting. Because
But they explained everything that we needed. Oh, it's fine. See, we just didn't have the same like we just lost a little magic in the second half of this season, and that just threw everyone just lost their minds.
Yeah.
Like,
They get to the end of the season. They realize how many questions they don't have answered. They pick the three important ones that they had to answer. They go with those, and the rest were
okay,
just
and that's fine. I am not a person that's like, oh, I can brush stuff off usually. But I think it's because like I've been writing about it for 2 months now, and it is just I've read interview after interview after interview, and like that was one thing that they brought, like Sean Levy brought it up, the Duffers brought it up over and over and over. All of your questions will be answered. All of you won't have any questions after this.
mhm.
All of your questions, and I think that that's why a lot of people were like, "Wait, but you didn't answer this."
Well,
I
that,
Like I
think you
don't
can
care
answer a
about
lot of
like
it if you just connect some dots pretty easily instead of it just being force fed. Like, ask a question. I'll get there. Ask me.
yeah, but like if I say
Pick
what
one.
are the tunnels for, you're gonna be like to spread the danger. And it's like
Yeah, like yeah, it's
that's not an answer.
what
Like
do we need? A mathematical equation?
it seemed like there was a bigger like
danger,
reason for them.
danger.
Well, this is fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons, right? You know
Okay.
what's interesting? What it is interesting that the show is finding itself in these conundrums where people want these grander explanations because it's delving into two realms that are at polar opposites, essentially. But nerds like both of them: fantasy and magic, and science fiction, right?
Hmm.
And the science fiction we want it to be based off the interests of concrete science, right? And
You are looking at like one of the biggest nerds at the top of this screen because ask him why we couldn't write a time travel novel because he didn't like the idea of there just being magic. He
yeah,
needed
I
a
know.
scientific explanation.
I know. I'm not saying that like I'm not defending it. I'm understanding why there's civil unrest, right? Because I think that until the finale, season 5 ran out of a little bit of the fun magic. Then when the fun magic is there, then we start going, hey, well, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. whoa, why is there water in that tank? Right?
Mhm.
And all we need is a quick sleight of hand to make us move along real fast, right? One of the questions from season 4 was always, how did they get the power to Eddie's amp? Well, who gives a shit because he just ripped a killer ass song on the
I
guitar?
thought it was an extension cord.
Well, sure, that exactly. You can extrapolate. these
Yeah,
things.
you can connect your own dots on a lot of stuff.
I thought
But
we saw the extension cord.
I mean,
no,
I
you
think
see
the-
no extension.
I think the Duffers, had in their brain there were 4 or 5 questions needed answered, and they answered those 4 or 5 questions. Meanwhile,
think
we
so.
all had 768 questions.
Because we're out of control.
Right.
All right. Keep going. I'm just doodling along.
All right, so back to the hospital. Karen hears what's going on. And this is one of those tropes in TV and movies and stuff that drives me nuts. Like, people will rip their IV needle out of their arm.
Oh, I don't like that either. Why do we have to rip it? Just gently remove it.
Just, very gently.
You just
peel
have to
out the tape, very gently pull out the needle, and you can go about your thing.
Why do
we
they have
need
to, like-
rip this thing out of your arm? A, you wouldn't. B,
It would hurt.
it would hurt.
Yeah, I feel like you would like.
It kind of hurts when they take it out slow.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I hate an IV. Oh,
Yeah. So then, I mean, God
Well-
bless Vicky for saying, let's do the intercom, which I thought was a brilliant solution.
Yeah.
That
was
instead of-
cute.
yeah, I thought that was really good. And then,
Do these things understand English?
yeah.
That's a good line.
So then we get another oneer from Sean Levy. So this one was about 38 seconds, starting with Lucas opening the elevator door opening and him running out into the hall, and it goes and it follows them all the way until they're into the laundry room and they crouch down in the laundry room. So that was all, one continuous shot, which I thought was cool. And Nick Mueller shot that one as well. I thought that was really cool. And then the other really neat little plot point that I really loved was the whole trolley problem that Lucas was in, right? Because he had the radio going and they're like saying, turn the radio off, turn the radio off.
Oh.
He's like, no, but Max is almost back. So are you hypothetically maybe in a weird way, or a chance saving Max, or are you protecting the people, including yourself, that you're here with right now? So I really thought that was a neat little plot device. And again, trolley problem isn't, it's very tropey. But I thought it was really handled well in that thing, in that moment.
Did he turn it off or no?
No, he kept it going.
Did not turn it off.
Nope. And then we get, and this was funny. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but it was the other video. So I think it's the Stranger Things video, and it was the Stranger Scenes, and it was all about the laundromat and, the Demogorgons in the laundromat. And they showed, I don't know if either of you guys saw this, but they showed the table read for this scene. And it was really, really funny because I think it was Matt who was doing the narration and the kind of the stage direction. So he was, they showed a clip of the table read and it says, something like, Vicky, Robin, and Lucas are crouched behind the washing machines. The Demogorgons are closing in, and then all of a sudden they hear a buzz. It must be the dryer from the other room. The Demogorgons go to investigate. There's clanking in the thing, and then all of a sudden there's a loud explosion. Then the windows shatter out, and it was and then there's like some smoke, and Lucas sees a figure approaching through the smoke, and he can't figure out who it is. And then the script actually says, and Matt says this out loud, Karen MFing Wheeler was like written in the script, which I thought was hilarious.
She posted that today.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I love that.
That's who you want on your team.
Yeah. I mean, when that moment happened, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I wrote in my notes,
People are complaining
badass
like,
Karen. Yeah.
He couldn't have dragged 6 oxygen tanks. She was hooked up to morphine and da 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 da. And I'm like, I don't know if you've ever been a parent whose kid has been in danger.
Yeah.
See?
Well, it
A
was
little bit
also
of magic makes us stop asking the question.
it was also
Or
one of those
adrenaline,
moments.
Doug. Adrenaline.
We were talking about the Deus Ex Machina stuff. I mean, it's very clearly, not wholly Deus, but pretty darn close to a Deus Ex Machina moment that, they're sitting there and the closer the Demogorgons get, and they're like an inch away, that something's going to happen, right? The lights are going to go out. There's an alarm's going to go off, something. But when that happened, I'm like, I whooped and cheered. I thought it was so So
Why
cool.
did they make that little Demogorgon sound like do a cute little puppy head turn?
That was the
and make
best.
That was
sound?
really great.
Oh,
I didn't like it.
I loved it.
Well, then it made me feel bad. That
I
it
also
died.
loved the close up in the dryer of the thing spinning and it stopped.
Oh, I know. Flammable.
That was
really,
good.
It went really slowly and kept going. It was like,
Yeah.
it seemed like such a Sean Levy thing, like something out of Free Guy or something like
Yes,
that. I know
yeah.
I've seen something, but I thought that was really cool. Okay. Anything else in the hospital and Hawkins stuff? And then we'll wrap up talking about the caves and Max and all that stuff and the Henry
That
and all
was
that
good.
of it all.
It was good.
I thought before when they're racing at the beginning of the episode and Max starts taunting him. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to, if you're absolutely sure he's not coming in or can't come in or that he's scared or whatever, but I was like, okay, Max, you can ease back on the taunting just a little bit, just kind of, don't
That
be,
ain't Max's style.
I mean, I get kind of what you're going at, and I get you're making your point, and you're kind of badass yourself, and that kind of thing. But it's still Vecna, and let's just kind of tone it down just a little bit. And then he's like, I will kill you, or whatever. Or he was talking to Holly and said, I will kill her, or whatever. But yeah, I'm like, Max, come on there, buddy. So then they wander out into the desert, and Holly has the little thing and she sees the cave and that whole thing. And then I thought it was really kind of strange because all through this episode, and I think prior episode, it must have been the prior episode too, the whole thing that Max keeps saying is nothing can hurt you, nothing can hurt you, nothing can hurt you. So if she had fallen down through that mine shaft,
Oh, would she have been hurt?
would she have been
Maybe
hurt?
natural forces can. I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like they're referring to the people there. They
Right.
can't see you. They can't hurt you.
Yeah, like Vecna can't hurt you or
Right,
whatever.
right.
But yeah, you could still stub your toe on a rock or something, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it's
I know. It's nitpicky. This is like third or fourth rewatch kind of
Yeah.
stuff that you think about.
Uh-huh.
And then we get back to the the Henry Cub Scout memory, which I thought was really kind of cool. It took me out of it a little bit because it wasn't the same actor, and I get it. It couldn't have been the same actor, and because he's so much older now. But so yeah,
It didn't bother me much.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a little thing. It was Maxim Blatt is the actor now who took over the role, but I don't know. I mean, I suspended disbelief. I'm like, yes, that's Henry. He doesn't look like the Henry that we know, but obviously now he matches up with the picture from the Creel house, earlier in the season. So I kind of get that. But it was just a little thing.
But why did he have? I didn't understand why like one hit wasn't enough. Like, why did he keep going?
Well, I mean, I was going on the whole sociopathic kind of.
Like that's it. Like that's what you were thinking. Like just there's something mentally
not quite
wrong with
he got a taste for blood and liked it kind of thing, but he got into it in the moment and wanted to,
Yeah.
It was gruesome.
that
I
was
didn't
very
care for
was.
that part.
I had to. That was one part I had to like turn my head.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was kind of gnarly. And then we've already talked about Max and Holly taking forever and a day. And we've talked all about the memes about the two of them like having a podcast and kind of chit-chatting with each other, as they're sitting in the red world and kind of discussing over coffee, about, hey, we should go do something. But yeah, 4 minutes and 52 seconds. They sat there and chit-chatted before they started walking. And then finally started running. So
For as long as there was some nice sweetness in there.
it was the acting was really good. I thought the writing was really
Yes.
good, except for the, this all could have been done earlier. So it's a little bit more realistic in the moment. And there's a little bit more urgency, which I thought would have been good, but yeah.
I really like the line where she just says, "But I don't have a boyfriend." It just seems so
Bless
sweet.
her heart.
Right.
It was so sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on the episode? We can get us some segments and then emails, and then, we'll get everybody home at a reasonable hour.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So, Collin moment. It was kind of weird because I watched this a couple times and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to use for a Collin moment. And then I'm like, well, everything could be a Collin moment because, there are record albums and there were, Cub Scouts and, blah, blah, blah. But I went with the spinning off of Hopper's shirt because he had the Music Lives on TDK t-shirt, and just the time that I used to live in, and it was when things like cassettes were advertised. There were Memorex ads, there were Maxell ads, there were TDK ads, and they were like famous ads at the time. The Maxell ad with the dude in the armchair and the drink going back, and then the is it live or is it Memorex? I mean, these were all things that were like kind of staples for my youth, and they just don't exist anymore. And I remember just thinking how cool they were. And I remember thinking I really liked Maxell and I didn't like Memorex, and I really liked Coke and I didn't like Pepsi, and I really liked Debbie Gibson and I didn't like Tiffany. It was kind of it was a thing, for me anyway, that, these were like competing brands, and, there was kind of some loyalty to it, and, that kind of thing. So I don't know. It was just kind of a random little thing. But I really remember, I think I had like a Maxell t-shirt at one point, but I took great pride in the fact that, I only use Maxell tapes because Maxell tapes are, the best tape. Memorex, they're just crap, and TDK, they're just like cut rate Walmart brand, this kind of stuff. So I don't know. It was just kind of a little moment when Hopper put that shirt on, and I'm like, oh God, I totally remember the Music Lives at TDK. And I actually went in and I looked, and there's an ad. So, from back then. So here's a little snippet of an ad for TDK with the Music Lives at TDK, what do we call it? Tagline in it.
Music lives on TDK.
I like that. Cool
yeah.
pick, Collin.
Yeah, so it was just kind of a thing. It was just, it was literally a Collin moment. It was just, there's no like, really fierce memories associated with it or anything, but I just remember, cassettes as a thing, like blank cassettes when you were making your mixtapes and stuff.
Definitely. I had a choice. I can't remember which one I liked, but
yeah.
I remember there was one in the 90s that was very colorful. It had like blue.
Yeah, there was like a kind of hot
yellow.
pink, yellow, blue, turquoise.
Yeah,
that was a Memorex. I remember Memorex.
Look at that!
Not
Look
Collin's brand.
Yeah, Memorex was trying to be cool. They were like sport cassettes or something, which meant nothing. They were just different colors to be kind of sporty. So,
oh man, mixtape, man.
Okay,
that's cool. Oh, and we did miss that as we're in our discussion.
Mm-hmm.
That I really like that scene that you're referencing between Hopper and Mike and 8. I thought that was a really good scene. My favorite lines from that, but man, they were spatting, and that was good.
Yeah, it was like passive aggressive spatting, which was just really good. Yeah, they
Hopper
were
and Collie.
Hopper and Collie, and Mike was just
I was waiting.
there,
Yeah, I can't say it yet, but
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was really it was a really good scene. I like their dynamic. And they've been kind of snippy with each other the whole time, so it was just kind of fun to see it evolve a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Where in the world is?
Just a couple of quick things. Obviously, Hopper's hat had the J.A. Owens Ace hardware in Heflin, Alabama. I'll spare you. It's actually a real place, or was a real place. It has since gone out of business, but I'll put a link in our show notes. They actually interviewed, I can't remember, it was like the former owners or something like that. And they were just kind of tripping out to see, their old Ace hardware store in Heflin, Alabama, of all places, was spotlighted on Stranger Things. I have no idea. I didn't really look a whole lot, but I don't know why, they happen to do that. I would imagine someone from the props or the costume department, maybe used to work there, it was their hometown or something like that, or they had an old hat and, it just looked good for Hopper, but I thought that was cool. And then the other one was Max and Holly walking through the desert, and Holly mentions Indiana Beach Amusement Park. So, Indiana Beach Amusement Park, real or fake?
Ooh.
Real.
I'm going to go fake.
It is real and still in business.
Oh.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It's one of those kind of, I don't know, kind of Coney Islandy, kind of, Knott's Berry Farmy kind of places. Yeah. It's not like a full scale, like Busch Gardens, Disney World kind of thing, but yeah, it's a legit amusement park. And I'll put a link in the socials to that too. So you can look up Indiana Beach Amusement Park, and you can plan your next vacation. So
how far away is it from me, I wonder?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember what town it was in.
If it's on a beach, is it like? I'll look.
Yeah. I can't
Whitney,
remember.
did you ever go to Cedar Point? Were you in that proximity?
Oh,
Uh,
I've been to Cedar Point.
Oh, you been to Cedar Point, Colin?
Yeah.
I
Well, I went
haven't
to
been
school in
to
Ohio.
Oh,
I went to
okay.
college in
That's right.
Ohio. So yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did-
all my friends have been. I'm not a big thrill seeker when it comes to roller coasters.
We had senior week after graduation or before graduation. We had a big field trip to Cedar Point in college.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. I went there several times.
I loved it. Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing amusement park.
No homework, no tire peel outs, because the only vehicles were the Beamer and the hearse. We've already talked about both of them. Let's see.
We should be at the mall or like watching a movie or something.
Not a lot of, I mean, yeah, it's just kind of weird this season. There's just not a lot of like extracurricular,
It's because they're in
kind
the
of things.
upside down.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all upside
Majority of
down
it.
and Red World and Dimension X and stuff. So
There's a rub. These 3
I will
episodes
say
were-
the scene when the wormhole blows out reminded me very much of Twister and they're they're kind of running. I was expecting someone to go, "We have cows," so I thought that was kind of funny.
I wrote down Hopper Hopper calls 8 Pollyanna.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
That's a big throwback
he
to
did not like her.
No.
old Disney movie.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of caught I don't know if it was a reference or not, but the Goonies bit,
Oh, yeah.
because they had to look through the rock to match up the mountains or the rock.
Spot
It's
on.
like a direct callback to Goonies, right?
So
Had to.
I assume it was. And I know this wasn't one, but I couldn't help think of Titanic with Nancy and Jonathan in the room and trying to fit on the thing and lying down because of surface area and stuff. So it was just kind of a funny little moment.
I wrote down the next couple. I was getting rooftop Stay Puft Marshmallow Man explosion vibes
Yes,
from
Yes.
the top of
that's exactly what
the
Mike
Hawkins
said.
lab.
Yep.
And then the whole thing in the room with the Titanic table reminded me of Indy and Short Round trapped in the collapsing ceiling, booby
Right.
trap
Yep.
in Temple of
didn't-
Doom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like that scene.
I
No,
agree.
that always flipped me out when I was a kid.
Right.
I was like, oh, we are going to die.
And we already talked about the Jurassic Park, obviously the kitchen scene in Jurassic Park, and the Duffers referenced it in the behind the scenes video of when they were in the laundromat and hiding at the end of the bank of washing machines. It was very much like the dinosaurs coming in Jurassic Park.
Oh, just to go back to some of these scenes, right? Like this episode, especially, right? Like at this point, I'm getting old and cynical, and there's a lot of plot armor. And at this point, you're like, I don't know if anyone's gonna die, right? And it was really rewarding to be watching this with my daughters because they were flipping on all of these scenes, like they are going to die. They thought Jonathan and Nancy were totally dead. They thought
Evie does that too. I've
And I was
noticed
like,
that.
okay.
Yeah, the scene when they were on the roof and they're just lying there and the goo is coming in before they even made it to the room. They're lying on the roof, knocked out, and the goo is coming up. And I don't know if it's acidic goo or frozen or boiling or what.
Yeah.
Totally.
So it was very enjoyable to watch it with them.
Oh, I bet it was.
And just get those, they made me smile. It was really, it made me really.
That's
happy.
really cool. To be able to, how old are they again?
They are 11 and 14 now.
Yeah, I mean, good Lord, what an age!
Oh, that's perfect age.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did you see something? Yeah. What did you see?
Luke sent in one little thing. He mentioned the librarian callback to season 1. He says, which I'm sure at least Colin will have noticed. Yes. So thank you, Luke. I thought it was really strange, and it was just one of these things I caught on a rewatch when Will is taken back to the squawk and Joyce is sitting there with him. Is the pillow behind him is a holly hobby pillow.
Uh-huh.
Like, where did that randomly come from? Which was just kind of strange.
I love that. I thought that was going to be your Colin moment, honestly. Like just like
Holly hobby?
random. No, like just random pillowcases that you pull out of the extra pillowcase closet. Just get an extra one.
Yeah. So I'm sitting
Like
there trying to
the
figure out
pillowcase
why
that
the
you put on
squawk
when
would
you're
have
sick.
why would the squawk have a holly hobby pillow? And then did somebody bring the holly hobby? I don't know. It was just kind of funny. And then obviously Henry's troop number was 1106, so the November 6th of it all. So that clearly means that Vecna is still alive, and this is all just a dream sequence.
Definitely.
And that a new episode will be dropping in 78 minutes because we know that's going to be happening. So,
Collin, I told you I did not think it was going to happen. I just said they made some good points.
I know. But I thought it was cool that there was troop number 1106 for November 6th. I thought that was kind of
very cute.
Don't get me started on 11.
I'm not getting you started. Okay. I just need a little bit here and there. That's all. And then I had included in the little things the disassociation versus dissociation thing, which we already talked about.
Which I looked it up, and disassociate is a word. It's in Webster's dictionary.
Not in the context of dissociation. And
they said it's another word for dissociate. That's what it said.
Now you're just being snippy.
I'm not. I literally just looked it up.
Snippy. And
if Nancy was here and she'd told me, I would have just totally believed her.
Right? Well, it came through her. I'm just the vessel. That's all. No real music other than Running Up That Hill, which lovely song, but it'd be nice to have something else every once in a while. But I did want to mention this song. So this is the song that's playing during the Jancy breakup. So it's called Eulogy. And it was from season 2. It is first heard in the wake of Bob Newby dying, and Joyce is in the room and kind of mourning Bob Newby. Then it's heard again at the beginning of season 3 when she's watching Cheers and thinking back to when they used to watch Cheers together.
Eating her lasagna and peas.
They brought it back again here, which I thought was cool. So we hardly ever mention Dixon and Stein stuff, but I really like that one. So I wanted to mention it. So
I feel like we always mention Dixon and Stein.
Well, I never play their stuff other than like the intro and the outro, but we're always talking about all the needle drops and all that kind of stuff. So it was just, I wanted to give, Dixon and Stein a little bit of shout out. So, and there we go. So that's it for segments.
Cool.
All right. We ready for some emails?
Yeah.
Okay, first up, we've got Lola. She says, hey, I love this episode and last episode. Sorry I didn't get to email last week, but I cried twice during Shock Jock. Once when Steve basically rubbed it in Dustin's face that Eddie died in his arms when he was 14. And the second time was when Vecna almost killed Max. For a brief moment, I was convinced she was going to die. But then I realized I was stupid because we've seen more trailer footage of her that hasn't been seen yet in the show. I, of course, cried during Max's speech to Holly, which I thought was beautiful, by the way. The episode was amazing and all the actors performed wonderfully. I didn't realize that Jonathan and Nancy's scene was a breakup until the next day when my mom, sister, and I were talking about volume 2. Just wanted to point out that Will and Billy have the same government name. I think about that randomly, and it twists up my whole day. Thanks. That's it for now. See y'all next week. Thanks, Lola.
Yay. And then there's the whole Peter of it all too. So
don't even get me started.
We're not even going to get you started.
Don't even get me started on Peter.
Well, you could fill in some blanks there. Maybe it was like some background on Peter stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, this is America.
This is America.
Pushing my buttons.
Did you guys have any problems with whether that was a breakup? I heard this from the daughters, right?
I did. I didn't know. I was confused. I was like, I guess they broke up.
I was confused.
And
for a
then
second.
I thought, well, maybe they
ring.
just didn't get engaged and they just decided to be together.
No, as soon as she chucked the ring, I realized they'd broken up. But I was kind of.
Oh, I thought maybe they were just like, we don't need a piece of paper to determine our love.
Oh no! Well, there you go. Sure.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It turns out the Devers were like, no, guys, they broke up.
Yeah. All right. Next one is from Donna. Holiday greetings, Whitney, Collin, and Doug. I rediscovered Stranger Things this month after watching season 1 in 2016, and I have spent the past month catching up both on the screen and through your podcast, which is the best, I think, of all the ST podcasts out there. Hoo, hoo, hoo. How do you do it without commercials? Because we just like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a proud baby boomer with a daughter born in 1982, I can relate to many of the 1980s items and themes. My daughter also had rainbow bright sheets, which are still in my closet. As a librarian, I connected to databases using a modem that required a telephone connection. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here are some comments on episode 6, Escape from Camazotz. Max escaping through her loving connection to Lucas echoes the way Meg saved her brother Charles Wallace from the mind-controlling it in A Wrinkle in Time through her pure love for her baby brother. The line, I love you, Charles Wallace, has echoed in my brain ever since I read the book in the 1960s.
Yeah.
The original Wrinkle in Time cover with the 3 young main characters, Meg, Kelvin, and Charles Wallace, in separate circles, 2 circles connected, 1 circle very close, is very similar to the way Robin uses records to illustrate the way Holly, Max, and Will are all in Vecna's mind. And yeah, I like that. I like that connection, Donna.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
remember that cover. I find A Wrinkle in Time, a final Wrinkle in Time parallel. It occurs to me that Vecna's use of young children, particularly Will, parallels. How do you say her last name? I don't even know. Lengel.
I've always said Madeline Langle, but I know that's. I think it's Longle. It's French Longle. Yeah.
Okay. Exploitation of her children's lives, a technique which she apparently never really acknowledged in her writing. I don't think the Duffer Brothers did this intentionally. Incidentally, I met Madeline once when she was not the warm, fuzzy mommy type many of her readers, including me, envisioned, but rather an acerbic, intimidating, smart lady, maybe a bit like Nancy.
All right.
Speaking of Nancy, her conversation with Jonathan is pure I chose me vibes, a trope of teen TV shows and films that originated, as far as I can tell, with Kelly Taylor in Beverly Hills 90210.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The first in which the girl, bouncing for years between 2 guys, decides not to choose either one, and it was groundbreaking for young women everywhere. That's it for now. Looking forward to hearing the podcast. I didn't watch 90210. You guys were big on that?
I was in it
I was
every
too
week.
young.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I loved it.
It was before me, too.
And it's kind of funny because the email's coming from Donna, who was also character on 90210.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
But
it seemed very scandalous to me when I was 10.
No,
Like,
it was really cool. And I remember that moment. I watched it live as it happened. I'm like, I choose me. I'm like, okay, sure. Why not? You do you, Kelly. Yeah.
Was that in the series finale?
No, it's like halfway through the show. It was like season,
gotcha.
I don't know, 4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
All right, we got one quick one too from Esme. Hey guys, I was rewatching the show after season 5 and listening to your episodes. In season 1, episode 2, about a minute, 30 seconds in, Lucas calls Holly Mike's 3-year-old sister.
Right.
This could just be Lucas exaggerating to show how young she is, but it's the closest thing we currently have to a definite age. Don't know how old that makes her in season 5, but thought it was interesting. Love the pod, Esme.
It would make her 7 because 4 years have passed. But
I think they flubbed it a bit. Did they?
I remember that too. But yeah, I mean, it could be exaggerating, but it also could just be forgetting Will's birthday all over again. So who knows?
Oh, yeah. Also, since she was really 7, that might be a big thing too.
Right.
Because it's 7.
Right.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
Okay, our next email is from Christy. She just emailed in real quick to say hello. I saw The Last Shadow in New York, and yes, Patty Newby is not dead. And you're right. Yeah, I remember she had a cane and she came back and it was a whole thing. But yeah, so spoiler alert. But yeah, we were talking and I couldn't remember. But yes.
I think I asked that in the Discord, didn't I?
I think so. Yeah.
I needed it.
Noah emails, first time emailer here. My name's Noah. I'm a musician, voice actress, mama of a toddler, and I found your podcast. And when I started my rewatch of the show ahead of this new season, I tried several, but yours was the one that stuck. I love it so much. I even listen to it to fall asleep because it relaxes me, and I'll really miss it all when you're done. I love all your segments, but especially the Collin moments, because even though I was born in '88, the nostalgia is real, especially for the things that carried over into the '90s. It makes the world of Stranger Things come alive that much more. Also, I'm from about 20 minutes outside of Durham, North Carolina. My dad grew up there, so it's quite fun when you do the Where in the World Is segments.
Oh, cool. Like, I know where that is.
Yeah. I wanted to throw this out there. All 3 of you said you would never watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I think you should give it a try. There are a lot of themes that overlap with Stranger Things. found family, coming of age, trying to live a normal life in the midst of the supernatural, and it is genuinely funny. Knowing something of your senses of humor from the podcast, I think you would get it. The first season is especially cheesy, very monster of the week, so you have to stick with it through at least the end of season 2 when the story really starts to come together, but it's always aware of itself and always fun. I know you have no cause to trust me on this, but I'll just say there is a reason the show is often ranked among the best in TV history. It's so much more than a cheesy teen monster show, though I think Whitney would like the horror genre nods. And hey, if you decide to do a rewatch podcast of Buffy ahead of the reboot they're working on, I'll be your first listener. I truly wanted to express my sincere gratitude for the work you put into this podcast. It has been such an illuminating addition to my rewatch as we approach the end of the series that has meant so much to us all. Your show made it all the more special. I could go on and on about how much I've enjoyed it, but did I mention I have a toddler? All the best, and thank you, Collin, Whitney, and Doug from Noah. Thank you so much, Noah. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Noah. Which reminds me, though, did you know that the X-Files is getting a reboot?
No.
I did not.
Guess who's doing it?
Who?
Ryan Coogler, who did Sinners. And if you saw Sinners,
Really?
it was amazing.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Next up, we've got Kirsten. She says, "Hey, Scoopers. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. I'm still recovering from the finale, but that is all I will say about it. In this episode, we finally get to know what's behind the wall. I love Robin's record explanation. I can't believe Vecna says it is time again. When is it going to stop? Right, Kirsten? Max and Holly have such a fun dynamic. I cried so hard when Dustin said, 'I can't lose you' to Steve. And then Steve, when he's like, 'No, it's okay.' So adorable. Relaying six little nuggets to a happy meal was relating
Yep.
6 little nuggets to a happy meal was so funny.
That was.
The unproposal
good.
scene was a little confusing at first. I love when Lucas kicks the demo dog. Also, Karen is so smart. The whole speech at the end of the episode was great. It made me mad, though, because Max didn't know how long the song was and she needed to run. Sean Levy is so good at directing.
He really is.
Yeah.
I almost gave him my MVP, but yeah, it was. There's just something about a Sean Levy episode that's just next level.
I know.
And this one needed to be. So yeah.
Yeah, we missed a lot of stuff when we were even going through the recap, right? That conversation where Dustin finally breaks down when the ladder falls through the stairs was intense.
Oh, that was crazy. Yeah.
And what was the other one that Kirsten mentioned?
Lucas kicking the demo dog?
No, another conversation. Oh, just the nuggets part.
The 6
of
nuggets.
Nancy
Oh,
and
yeah.
Steve. That was
Yep.
really clever too.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
almost a Happy Meal. He called them nuggets. I mean, that was good.
It was.
All right. Next one is from Harry in Seattle. Hi, Whitney, Collin, Doug, and every listener who is hearing this. It feels weird to be writing this 2 days after the series finale dropped on our collective heads, but I'm here to talk about episode 6 and only episode 6. So that's what I plan to do. Everyone has been complaining about Dustin's arrogance since at least season 4. But one of the first things he does in this episode is admits that he messed up in a big way. Dead wrong, he said. Yeah, I was really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the only one who's complaining on the podcast.
You're the only one that doesn't like Dustin.
I know, I'm the Dustin hater here. I would like to say this officially on the podcast, though, right? Dustin just annoys me. I feel like he is an essential part of the show. He makes the show. And it's definitely the fact that he was crabby and out of it until the end of the season definitely put a rough spin on the whole season.
It did.
It was
I agree.
noticeably missing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what we were saying last week. It just wasn't fun.
It wasn't
just,
fun. And I noticed it specifically because, and I can't talk about it yet, but a specific scene in the finale that I thought was fun. And I was like, oh, this is what we've been missing.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, dead wrong, he said, although he's using the plural we to spread the blame around a little bit. Yeah, my point exactly, Harry.
Yeah.
I will say without any hint of bragging that I knew Dustin's shield generator idea was flawed from the moment he said it was supernatural. The kids keep using D&D references and forget that the story they're in is science horror, not fantasy horror. And because it's science horror, we get to see the upside down from the outside. Space! I absolutely love that moment. Yeah, it was cool. I do wonder what the Duffers were thinking when they had Hopper giving parenting advice to Joyce. She's the expert here. Hopper is just a guy with an authoritative voice.
Well, he was a parent. I mean, he was a parent and a half, so.
Yeah, that's right. He's learned a thing or two.
Yeah.
It's a bad look for the show. Oh man, harsh, Harry. Also, we do care. Do we care that Will was Henry's builder? It's not like he was digging those tunnels consciously. I will say Will has zero culpability here.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to tell anyone about it.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
it was odd that he felt a little guilty about it, right? I think it was he's trying to sort lots of things out. There is a big stink online about people who watched the Nancy and Jonathan breakup scene and came to the end of it unsure if they were actually broken up. I consider myself a reasonably perceptive viewer, but I was one of those people. I was thrown by the ring, not because I thought Jonathan was going to ask Nancy to marry him, but because I saw it and thought, is this turning into a 4 weddings and a funeral homage? I had this idea that, like Andy McDowell and Hugh Grant, he was trying to restart their relationship with new rules or something. I blame my confusion on Mike Newell. Who's Mike Newell?
4 weddings and a funeral.
Oh, sorry. I'm not familiar with that film. Yep. Sorry. I know the gist of it, though. I love that Karen had her big badass moment, and also that Holly had so many sharp observations during her adventures with Max. Wheelers for the win. Thanks, Harry in Seattle.
Thank you, Harry. Appreciate the email.
It's funny how people are ending up. I don't think anyone is dumb or just goofy for not getting that. I just got it right away, and I loved it. I was like, yeah, this is very. I don't know. Maybe it's probably just got to like I can relate to that in my life.
Yeah. I mean, I think if it's a moment that you've experienced or you've seen or you've heard about or you have some kind of experience with, then it'll hit you differently than someone who may have also had the same thing but had a different experience. So it's just kind of a personal thing. So yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, next one's from Amy. Hi, Whitney, Collin, and Doug. I'm a longtime listener, first-time emailer, writing to you from Canberra, Australia's capital. This is the country of the First Nations of the Ngunnawal and the Ngambri peoples. Thank you for your show. It has been a joy to listen and has helped a lot. I can't wait for your final episodes. I grew up in a small town in the state of New South Wales. For the record, I have never heard of TV Tag until hearing about it on your podcast. I was born in early 77 and have loved the walk down memory lane that Stranger Things has provided to us all. Thank you all for the segments to provide a deep dive into all that 80s memorabilia. Not everything from that era made it from America to Australia, but my mom still has the dining chairs that match those at the Wheeler house. For me, the fashions and the music have been the biggest sources of nostalgia. Hearing your interview with Tiffany recently was great. She mentioned that she was in Australia when she heard the song being used in the Umbrella Academy. I saw her on that tour. It was great fun. And she says, thanks for all the work you put into helping the ST fandom understand what is going on. I only look forward to your next podcast. Amy from Canberra in the Australian Capital Territory.
Cool.
Say hi to Harriet. And
tell her we miss her.
Yeah.
Next up is Brooks. They say, hi, Collin, Whitney, and Doug. My name is Brooks, and I've been listening for a while, but have never sent in an email. I recently reread A Wrinkle in Time, so I'm glad that I could remember some of the stuff that's referenced in this new season. I think that episode 6 of this season was really good. I mean, I think they all are, but to me, it kind of seems dumb of Nancy to just immediately shoot a giant ball of energy.
Like, a little bit, sure.
Come on. Is that really the best idea?
That was... I was thinking about it, and then again, I did think that, and then the more I watched it, I was like, well, they were operating under this pretense that Destin posited, right? Like, this is the shield generator. Just a shield generator. Blow it up.
Yeah.
And we got to get to my sister who's behind that wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Like nothing was going to stop her or.
Right.
But I did like I said, no. Are you sure about this? No. Bam.
I think that when Vecna reveals that Will created the tunnels was one of the best twists because it shows us how connected Will really is to the hive mind. I think that getting to see Vecna's backstory is really interesting. The moment between Nancy and Jonathan was really cute too. Anyways, I'm excited for y'all's review on the last episode, Brooks.
Thank you, Brooks.
Thanks, Brooke.
Cool. All right, last one is from Paula. And we're getting back into our food podcast here.
Yes.
I'm a Rochesterian that appreciated Doug's discussion about the garbage plate, since most out-of-towners knock it before they try it, but his description was a bit rough. I am sorry. I did my best and not super well informed on the garbage plate. I just ate them many times when I was not exactly sober. You serve your choice of meat, most commonly burger or hot dog. We don't have to we don't have to have the talk about red versus white. That's the hot dogs. The hot
I
dogs are
saw
much better
that.
white,
Right.
and they're excellent.
Why are they white? Because there's no
I don't
dye?
know. No, it's just what they're made of, but they're so good.
I think it's the bleach. It's just the bleach that turns them white. That's all.
Well, they're
Like, that doesn't seem safe.
I'll commit a little bit of heresy here.
Asbestos.
In Buffalo, we eat Salen's hot dogs, and everyone just goes bananas for our brand of hot dogs. And my ex-wife was from Rochester, and she got me into the white hots, is what they're called, and they are the best hot dogs that I like. I'm totally down.
Okay.
For rival Rochester dogs.
All right.
So anywho's these the red versa, but other choices can be chicken fingers or eggs, even, etc. That is served on top of home fries and mac salad. That is typically what you get, especially from the original. But depending on where you go, you can sub out to have fries, onion rings, tater tots, baked beans, potato salad, etc. On top of that is the meat sauce, and usually you get mustard and diced onion on top of that.
Okay.
Hopefully that clears up the garbage plate. I think they're great. Also,
Yeah.
blue cheese definitely goes with pizza. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that too, Colin?
I do blue cheese and
You would-
ranch. Not at the same time, but I've done both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You dip it
And
in.
sour
Okay,
cream
good.
on pizza too.
Sour cream on what kind of pizza?
When I was in college, we used to get
Like a
it was
Mexican pizza?
it was a pepperoni and bacon pizza, and we would get sour cream with it.
Oh, like
We have
like
one
it's like
here.
a loaded baked potato.
Yeah,
We have
kind of.
one here that's like
Yeah.
a mariachi pizza, and it comes with
Oh.
sour cream.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, so try that next time. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
You guys would have been proud of me because I got olives this week because I love green olives. And
Oh,
I got them stuffed with blue cheese.
Well, there you go.
oh,
Beautiful.
They're pretty good.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
I've had
You like
better.
green olives on your pizza?
Yes. I get my pizza. Nobody else in my family will eat it because I get mushrooms, onions, black olives, green olives, and ham.
Okay.
Nice.
Mike is like,
That's good.
"Ugh."
What's
Can
your
we just
go-to
get-
pizza?
Can we just get
Colin?
ham and pineapple like normal people?
No,
Mine is usually kind of meatball, sausage, green pepper kind of thing. Just kind
Oh,
of basic.
yeah, like a
Yeah,
Supreme.
nothing really crazy.
I don't like green peppers. That's the only vegetable I really don't like on pizza.
Yeah,
Nice.
but I like green peppers and onions on pizza, either one or both.
Oh, you know what? I was poo-pooing New York pizza last episode, but I do have to say that I make pizza all the time at home now, and I make a Hellboy, which I got from a Brooklyn pizzeria, which is Pauly G's, and it is my favorite place to go in New York. They have fantastic pizza. Oh, it's so good.
We were just down there. We had some like kind of like street pizza, the little bodega kind of stuff, but it was so good. It's so good.
That's good. Yeah, that's where I learned about hot honey when I was at Pauly G's. Then we finally got it in Buffalo. It took a while.
Yep.
Mike's hot. Is
catching
it
up to
Mike's hot
Brooklyn.
honey?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's what we get. Mike's hot honey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I make these. Now Mike won't eat it, but I do. It sounds gross, but it's delicious. You do roasted. It's our food podcast again. Real quick, you do roasted sweet potatoes, ground beef that you make with taco seasoning, and then cottage cheese, and then you put hot honey over it. It is so good.
Okay.
Ooh, the cottage cheese working in there.
I know.
I've never really
weird,
been a
but
cottage
it's
cheese
good.
guy, but
I eat cottage cheese straight out of the tub like ice cream.
Me too.
I
Okay.
love it.
4% large curd.
Same.
Okay. All right, that was Paula, and I think that's the end of the email. So let's get into.
All right,
some-
yes. She says, thanks for all your hard work on the pod. I'm a new listener using podcasts to recap the seasons before season 5 dropped. Thanks a bunch, Paula. Thanks,
Thank you,
Paula.
Paula. Woo. Ooh. All right, let's start things off with best line. I went with the Hopper. Well, the Hopper. It was the Hopper bit, but the Hopper talking to Joyce. I love this, and as a parent, I could react.
Joyce, one of the joys of being a parent is that you'll have a constant reminder your whole life that every choice you've made has been wrong.
Truth. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I went with Robin and Mike formulating their plan because it cracked me up when he was like, got a license?
Can you drive?
Not legally.
Good enough. Take Joyce's car. Do not get pulled over. Get to Max. I'll stay with Will.
Good enough.
Legally. Yeah.
All right, my favorite line came from Hopper arguing with Kelly.
Boy, here comes Pollyanna, brighten everybody's day.
This is so good.
I love the end of him talking to her. He sounds just like John Wayne or Kurt Russell. Talking a bunch of nonsense. I'm like, okay, we did it finally, Hopper. You made it.
Right. Harry went actually right after that in that scene. It was Kelly giving it right back to Hopper.
We were raised together, and her name is Jane.
Jane Hopper.
Yeah. He said, I love it because it still feels weird that everyone who loves Elle calls her by the number Brenner tattooed on her. Sure, it's the rule of cool in action, but I like that only Collin makes the effort to call her by her name. So that was kind of cool. Gina went with, and she said, I know usually it's funny lines, and this is not a funny line, but Dustin and Steve in the stairwell.
You're going to die, and I can't deal with it again. You can't die because I can't deal with it again. Don't let it happen again. Please. Please don't let it happen again. Not you. I'm sorry. No.
Oh, God, it's just such a great scene. They were both
good.
just top of their game in that scene. I loved it. Lola went with Max talking to Holly in the Red World.
You saved me. So you see, Holly the heroic is not just a tool. She's you, Holly. She's you.
Great line there. Kirsten actually picked the same thing as Lola. Ellie said she went with before that when Holly was getting ready to kind of venture out of the cave.
You coming? Or are you going to let a child head into the desert unsupervised?
And then Ellie also gave honorable mention to Jonathan and Nancy's the Six Little Nuggets Happy Meal bit, which was hilarious. And then Luke said this bit later with Holly when she was traipsing along with Max in the desert.
He's a metal detectorist. Do you know what that is?
He searches for metal.
Yeah, with his metal detector.
Which is just really funny.
I never noticed that line. That line is great.
Yeah. Most spirited, I went with, we already talked about it in the Collin moment, Hopper's t-shirt. And I already played the ad earlier, so you guys saw that.
I went with Kelly's cabin clothes. She was just tiny in those things.
Yeah.
Oh my
There's
god.
women in it.
Yeah.
She is
That's
teeny,
cool vibe
teeny,
too.
tiny. I watched this. I could not find one. I didn't have like anything that just screamed 80s to me. I mean, like I could have gone with like what Luke said, like Whitney Houston, because like we all had that album or whatever, but there was just nothing really that stuck out to me. This is not I feel like I've been pretty quiet this episode because this hasn't been my favorite. So that's why.
Good. All right, Gina picked probably Holly being 10 and watching a horror movie in her basement with another 10-year-old unsupervised, LOL. Yeah, that was cool. I like that moment. Kirsten picked Holly's telescope. Harry picked Nancy's sweater vest. And Luke said, I'll just say the Whitney Houston reference. I don't know, really. I do like how Robin always references Whitney Houston. It makes her character seem maybe more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like Whitney Houston hitting a high note.
Gina's one was from the last episode, right? Wasn't that Shock? Was that this one, or are they blending together?
What?
I actually do think it was from Shock Jock. Yes,
I think it was Shock Jock. Yeah, I think maybe
when they're watching Dream Hunters.
Yeah, I think it was from Shock Jock. Yeah, but okay.
Oh. All right, next up is we've got Stranger Things. Collin, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I just picked the whole wormhole thing, the reveal of the hourglass shaped wormhole when we got it back, and then it's stuff hurtling through space, including the beamer and the freaking tree and the graves are going tumbling into it. I just thought the whole thing was.
You only moved the headstones. I did not realize until I'm reading this now. Mine and Doug's are the same. I didn't pay
Yep.
attention to what you put, Doug.
Okay.
But I said Henry whacking that guy because I had to turn away. Like that was just so.
Yeah.
Same
was
for
rough.
me.
It was the sounds too.
It was,
Yeah.
That like wet smack.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't like it.
Crushing us, the bludgeoning. Eee.
Yeah, didn't like it. Gina said the camera flipped from the merry-go-round to Holly's mirror.
That was also last episode. Yeah. I think I got her emails kind of.
Sorry, Gina.
That's really cool, though. I wanted to mention this last episode, but I forgot, so I'll sneak it in. I love the shot of Max being in the room, looking through the circle mirror.
Yep.
And Holly is looking through the hole, and her ponytails are shooting down because
yeah.
gravity, right?
Yeah,
that was
coming
that
back
was
through
good.
the mirror. Yeah, it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where was I? I lost my spot. Lola. Lola said the fact that the man in the cave shot a literal child, and then the child beat that man with a rock.
Yep. Yeah.
Pretty weird. Kirsten went with the goo, like with Nancy and Jonathan. Harry is up next, and he said, as much as I love the shot of the outside of the upside down, I was super creeped out by the massive beating heart that Vecna plugs into now. Weird and threatening, and something I'd never seen before. Yeah, why is he plugged into the heart now? Because last time he was just plugged into to the attic somewhere.
To the attic, yeah. He probably just had a portable unit in the attic.
Okay.
And, so now he's got
He just came down on his little creepy web.
Right.
A mobile one.
Yeah,
The
something
heart
like
that was something.
Yeah.
Luke said the wormhole, and then Ellie said the melty liquid at the lab. So same as Kirsten.
MVP, I said I almost went with Sean Levy for directing the episode, but then I went with Gayton just for his performance in the stairwell primarily. But pretty much across the board, he was just so great in those scenes with Joe. And I could have given it to Joe too, obviously, but I thought Gayton was just so phenomenal in those scenes. It was really, really good.
Yeah, he made my throat ache during that scene.
Yeah,
where he said it, he couldn't let it, and I told you guys, I was like, maybe he's just being mean to Steve because he's nervous that something's going to happen to him, and that's what it was.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, Doug.
I went with Jonathan and Nancy. I thought that scene was great, and it wrapped up that storyline perfectly for me. I loved it. I thought it was perfect.
It was great.
And I thought they nailed it. It was nice to see both of them with their acting chops together and getting, like, they have been stale together for a while now. Just sort of half hugging.
Right.
Like the last scene they're in together in season 4 was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no, they were really, really good.
nice. Yeah.
Gina also picked Gayton and also threw in Steve and said the short but sweet reconciliation moment we get of this duo is my favorite part of the episode. Dustin being so worried about Steve not realizing because he's so tunnel visioned on Nancy's safety. Gayton and Joe just speak so naturally, and it's a lovely thing to witness. And Joe is so good at acting with his eyes. You see how Dustin's words are hitting his brain so beautifully here. My forever faves. Lola said for actor Sadie Sink, for character Lucas for not turning off the music even though it was dangerous, and then also MVP to Max for helping Holly and Holly for helping Max. Kirsten said either Steve or Sadie Sink. Harry went with Natalia Dyer. How is this woman not a big star already? Her choices feel perfectly natural and also surprising. She needs better representation. Luke said Max. She stayed behind to help Holly. She gets a lot of shame for this, but if she hadn't had her long conversation with Holly, Holly would likely not have escaped. I'm with you, Luke. I'm just saying that could have happened like 6 hours earlier, but yeah. Not that Holly's escape ended up being a success, but still could also have given it to Holly, though she's great. And then Ellie said Holly is the MVP for getting them out of Camazotz. So
yeah, Nell Fisher is good.
She really is.
I don't think she's getting enough credit.
Like, no, I don't either. And it's really it's really been kind of her season.
Yeah.
She's kind of been front and center through the whole thing. So, and she's been able to hold it very well. So, all right, that does it. We will be back in a week with chapter 7 of volume 2. It's called The Bridge. And we will talk about that episode. Emails by this Sunday, January 11th. The episode will be January 15th.
If you want to get in touch with us or the show, you can always email us at scoopsahoypod@gmail.com, and you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Just look for Scoops Ahoy Pod. And if you like us, please leave us a rating, or better yet, a review on iTunes, because that helps us get in front of other listeners like yourself. So I want to thank everybody for listening, and I hope you tune in next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Stranger Things audio clips and official score are the property of Netflix. Incidental music by Blue Mount Score from Pixabay.